all of America was watching this game if you're interested in college football, at least based on the Twitter timeline, Instagram posts, reels. Everyone's hashtag NEB, hashtag Nebraska, hashtag Huskers, and laughing at Scott Frost being the GOAT yet again, and stats galore about how 5-21 in one-score games, how he's won only half as much as he's lost, comparing him to Pelini. And meanwhile, if this was your average college football Saturday, we get it, but not to the extent that we saw on Saturday from Dublin live on Fox. And when he went for the onside kick up 11, the stats started pouring in. That only happened twice last year where a team was up by, I think the stat is 2 scores, not necessarily 2 possessions. But a team's up by, at least 2 field goals, and they went for an onside kick. It only happened twice. He did it, and I have no idea why he thought, if you have momentum, just kick off and keep momentum.
He's just trying too hard. It was a back-and-forth game, but they were dictating, right? Northwestern had to answer all the time. So if you're putting Northwestern in a position where Northwestern perpetually has to answer, and now you're up 2 scores, let them continue to have to answer. You're dictating the game, and now you're trying too hard.
Chad, the only way you give up momentum is by allowing Northwestern to recover an onside kick.
It's the perfect storm of failure because this was a week 0 game. You're right. It was the spotlight game. It was the only one everyone was going to watch on Saturday because every other game, let's face it, was miserable.
Well, and this was
throughout
on
the rest of the day.
Big Fox.
This was a good game.
Right.
Big Fox.
It was a very good game.
It's in Dublin, Ireland. It's the Scott Frost referendum tour, as I've called it.
Yep.
It is tour stop number 1 of that referendum tour in Dublin, Ireland. And he fails miserably with that onside kick. There's no analytical approach that tells you to onside kick it against Northwestern up 28-17 at that point in the game in the second half. There is a video of a rant of a Nebraska fan up right now at Outkick.com that should be hung in the Louvre because it is a masterpiece. It is 6.5 minutes of a guy who starts by saying, I'm doing this rant in the bathroom because that's where bleep belongs. And that's exactly what this program is under Scott Frost, and goes about it. So I'm going to steal one of his lines in this. You allowed a team that wins by rock fight to give them a big stone, basically, to throw in this game. You don't give Northwestern a good field position chance. Let them continue to try to rock fight the ball all the way down the field. You're up 2 scores, and you win the war of attrition that way against a Northwestern team that does not have a running option at quarterback, but still was able to rush for 214 yards in this game. That's concerning. Nebraska gives up 528 yards offensively. Their offense isn't the problem. I think Casey Thompson is going to be fine. Yes, he threw some missiles off shoulder pads, a little bit behind guys in this game. One that was a big interception. Opening drive was great. I think Mark Whipple is going to get better and better. He wasn't the problem, even though Scott Frost wants you to believe his offensive coaching staff is the problem. They're not. It is Scott Frost. It is one of the more remarkable sports stories to watch favorite son, Scott Frost, go home after winning National Coach of the Year and set his program ablaze. This is worse than Mike Riley. This is worse than Bo Pelini was Tom Osborne compared to Scott Frost. This is abysmal. And I've never seen anything like it with their ineptitude in one-score games. It is unbelievable. They split last year, points for, points against in the Big Ten, and they went 1-8. They tied in points and found a way to go 1-8, being dead even and everything else. And the season starts exactly the same.
Good job by Northwestern. I mean, they stuck in there and found a way to go win it, take advantage of a big judgment mistake, and they got good quarterback play from a guy that people didn't know was going to be the guy, and they go home with the significant win.